Hello everyone, I'm Nancy Joyce and let's take a look at another poem from our first module. And the poem is Life and Death by Sri Aurobindo. Life and death. See, for us they are opposites, right? If someone asks us what is life opposite of death, what is death opposite of life? See, even death has a darker shade in our life, right? People are afraid of death. For us, life is the beginning and death is the ultimate end. But in this poem, the poet is giving a different idea, a different thought. He's trying to make a reconciliation between these two opposite ideas or binary opposites, life and death. About the poet Sri Aurobindo, he was born in 1872 and at the age of 7 he went to Britain and came back after 14 years. Okay, and he can be regarded as the greatest Indian poet in English because he wrote a huge number of verses in almost every genre. And his literary career spanned almost around 55 years. And he was a multifaceted genius because he was a political revolutionary, he was a social reformer, a historian, educationist, philosopher, a yogi, and above all, he was a man of letters. And all his poems were impregnated with philosophies. Therefore, they do not make an easy reading. That is, they are difficult to comprehend. He was also one of India's most significant philosophers, and he is said to have originated a new branch of philosophy, yoga philosophy. And he is also the founder of Sri Aurobindo Ashram, Pondicherry. Take a look at the poem. It is very short. It only has 6 lines, and we can say that there is a quatrain, a stanza of 4, and then a couplet, 2 lines, right? But they are not set off from each other. That is, the couplet is not divided from the quatrain. They are clubbed together or written together. Okay, and then we can identify the rhyming scheme. It is A B A B C C. Okay, and it is written in iambic pentameter. That is stressed syllable followed by an unstressed one, and then we can notice 2 long hyphens, okay, or dashes, or okay, that is a pose, or we can take it as a pose where lots of ideas or a train of thoughts can fit in. Okay, it makes us think, or we can add a lot of things in between that. And uh, as we said earlier, Sri Aurobindo's poems are impregnated with philosophies. And here, this is what filled with or imbued with philosophy of life and death. Now let's analyze the poem. Okay, so life, death, death, life. The words have lacked for ages are thought in consciousness and firmly seemed two opposites. See, here in the beginning itself, the poet is stressing the words life, death, death, life. Okay, both these words are stressed. And he opens by stating the traditional understanding of life and death. Okay, that they are opposites. He says, for ages, for years, our thoughts and consciousness, our idea about life and death are firm belief that they are opposite. Okay, for ages, we firmly believe that they are opposites. Okay, so we know what most of the people believe is death is the ultimate end, or for ending everything, we know that people embrace death, or that is the darker side, right? Or most of the people are afraid of dying or afraid of death. And then it says, look at the third line. But now long hidden pages are opened, liberating truths undreamed. See, we believe that they are opposites, but now a new insight has come upon the poet, or he received a new insight through enlightenment. That, and he is going to reveal or unveil that truth here. Okay, that long hidden pages, the truth about life and death is going to be open, and he is going to liberate the truths undreamed. liberate the truths or unveil the truths that we have never dreamed of. Look at the last lines. Life only is, or death is life disguised. Life a short death, until by life we are surprised. See, in these lines, the poet is unveiling or revealing the truths. Okay, we can find three ideas here. And first of all, he says, life only is. We can put a pause there. See, life only is. It means there is only life according to him, and there is no death. Okay, there is only life. Life only is. Look at the second part of that line. Oh, death is life disguised. Here, the poet says that, see, first of all, he said that there is only life and there is no death. Right? Now, he is defining death in terms of life. See, he calls death as life disguised. Even if there is death, it is only life disguised. Okay, മരണം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ തന്നെ ജീവിതം വേഷം മാറി വരുന്നതാണ് മരണം. Okay, perhaps the poet means that they have only made a transition from one state to another. See, what appears to be death is another kind of life. And the last line, life was short death, until by life we are surprised. See, here in the earlier line, we saw that the poet is describing death or defining death in terms of life. And here we can see a radical reversal of this relationship. Okay, now he calls life as a short death. Why? Because after life, we'll be surprised by another life. See, until by life. There, that word life signifies eternity. Okay, life is a short death, and after that, we'll be led to an eternity, a longer life. Therefore, life is only a short death. There is no need to be afraid of death, because after that, we'll be led to eternity, a vastness or infinitude of eternity. Now I'll just sum up what we discussed so far in this poem. Okay, our poem, in our poem, the poet is trying to make a reconciliation between the two age-old antonyms or opposites, life and death. First of all, he says that there is only life and there is no death. Okay, and then it says, even if there is death, it is only life disguised. Okay, and as a third point, he is reversing this relationship and says that life as we know itself is a short death before receiving the vastness of eternity. As your assignment, please answer the question, what are the truths in the long hidden pages? Thank you so much.